In your preparation for your testimony here this week, did you brush up on your female body parts?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, can we get one thing straight? You and Detective Jaquez refer to something called a labium about 25 times on that video. Did you hear yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know that labium is a botany term and has nothing in the world to do with the female body?
I didn't know this about there.
All right. Y'all are in there asking him all these questions. And would you agree with me that at least Detective Jaquez herself is mischaracterizing what the allegations are?
Yes, sir, at the beginning.
Okay. I mean, she says the allegation is you put your fingers inside her vagina, correct?
Yes, sir.
She said it over and over and over again. Did she not?
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't a mistake. She wasn't talking about labia majora versus labia minora. She's saying inside her vagina, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that a tactic of hers to be dishonest with somebody, or is it just she doesn't understand what she's talking about?
Don't know.
Taylor wrote a handwritten statement. Did you review that?
I believe I reviewed a type statement.
Okay. So that was going to be my next question. You reviewed a type statement?
Yes, sir.
Did you review her statement to the same nurse?
I don't recall.
In the statements that you did review, all of them, would you agree, said that he touched her but did not penetrate her? Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
She, in fact, said did not penetrate her multiple times, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And you're familiar with the sexual assault portion of the Texas Penal Code, are you not?
Yes, vaguely.
Okay. And in other words, for an adult complainant, different than a kid, let's differentiate there for a minute. You can have, not allowed to have, but you can have a situation in which someone makes sexual contact with a child, correct?
Yes.
And that's called indecency with a child, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's touching really anywhere in the sexual organ, just touching of the sexual organ of a child, correct?
Yes, sir.
Or touching of the penis or the testicles, correct?
Yes, sir.
Or the breasts of a child?
Yes, sir, I believe.
Okay, but those are all called indecency by contact, correct?
Yes, sir.
And depending on a variety of things, those are obviously felony offenses, correct?
Correct.
And so that's where we're talking about touching of an organ, right?
Yes, sir.
But when we're talking about an adult as the complainant, it's different. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So for an adult, it's very specific. It says that you commit the act of sexual assault by the penetration of the sexual organ of another by any means, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's what the statute says.
Yes, sir.
And by, it doesn't give a definition of penetration, right?
I don't believe so, no.
I mean, there's other areas in the code where you can go and look up the definition of what does intoxication mean, or what does serious bodily injury mean, or something like that, correct?
Yes, sir.
But as far as you're aware, there's no definition for penetration.
Correct.
So we should just use our normal definition for what penetration means, correct?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something. If we're talking about that wall right there, you see the wall?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Am I penetrating this wall?
No, sir.
Am I penetrating the door now?
No, sir.
Okay. Am I penetrating the door frame?
No, sir.
I mean, let's do it a different way. Let's do a body part. I'm gonna rub in my nose right here. Am I penetrating my nose?
No, sir.
Am I inserting my finger in my nose?
No, sir.
Now, you said a moment ago that Dr. Benur was kind of evasive and nervous. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
I mean, when the allegations start off with, did you put your fingers inside a patient's vagina, would you imagine that would make somebody nervous?
Yes, sir.
And sometimes the reason to be nervous or evasive maybe is because you don't know what they're talking about, right?
Could be, yes.
I mean, if I accused you of assaulting me yesterday and you don't know what I'm talking about, that would potentially make you concerned, would it not?
Yes, sir.
It would make you evasive, would it not?
Not necessarily evasive.
Evasive, like, what are you talking about? I don't know what I didn't do that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, You actually said on the video, and I heard you clarify multiple times, that Taylor, the complainant here, isn't suggesting that you inserted anything anywhere, correct?
In the vagina.
In the vagina.
Yes, sir.
That's what you said.
Yes, sir.
And your version was correct and Detective Jacquez was incorrect. Do you agree with that?
I believe in the end, Detective Jaquez clarified.
And she, in fact, at the end started saying, it seems logical to me that you would actually be touching her there because of where these incisions are.
Yeah, when she was referring to the sexual organ?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And she agreed that that made sense to her, right?
Yes, on the outside of the sexual organ.
Judge, I pass the witness.
Thank you, Mr. Gertz. Mr. Coleman?
Nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
No, Judge, I'm so sorry. I've got one more question. I absolutely apologize. I have one more question.
Any issue with that?
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Mr. Coleman entered this affidavit from the Texas Medical Board. Are you aware that the Texas Medical Board cleared Dr. Benur of any wrongdoing?
No, sir.
That's what it's.
Anything else?
Do you have any idea what the standard of proof or burden of proof or any of the rules that apply in a Texas Medical Board proceeding?
No, sir.
But nevertheless, based on your investigation and the totality of the circumstances, you or someone with Port Arthur PD determined that there was enough evidence to refer the case for charges with the district attorney's office.
Yes, sir.
That's what you.
And the standard for you to refer charges isn't proof beyond a reasonable doubt, correct? It's just having probable cause?
That is correct.
This jury has to have proof beyond a reasonable doubt, do they not?
That is correct.
That's what.
Nothing further for this witness, Judge.
All right, any objection to Detective Cater being excused?
No, Judge.
Thank you, Detective. You are under the rule and you know what that means. Have a great evening.
May I approach you with your diagram? Sure. This is State's Exhibit number 9, Judge.
Yes, sir.
And so they are in exceptionally close proximity, at least to the labia majora. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And if one was going to have to remove sutures from that area, you would be in close proximity, and if not direct proximity, to the labia majora certainly, and potentially the labia minora. Do you agree?
I think it would depend how far back they went.
Okay. Well, let's go with this too. You're also, I'm not being critical of you, but let's just be candid with each other. You're not a surgeon, correct? You've never performed a thigh lift?
No,
Never performed a tummy tuck?
no, no.
If I wanted to know the correct way to do all of this stuff, that's the kind of person I would want to ask, right?
Right,
Because those people are trained and they're professionals.
right.
You agree with that? And in terms of the DNA, what you said, you agreed with me that you didn't differentiate between, at least in your label, between whether you took the swabs here on the labia majora or here on the labia minora, correct?
Correct. There were 4 swabs.
Sure.
So generally they're 2 and 2.
And again, I'm not criticizing you, I'm just trying to understand for the jury that there's no specificity in this DNA report because that was how you labeled them, right?
Right,
And if, had you labeled them, in other words, I got 2 of these that are labia majora and 2 of these that are labia minora, it's conceptually possible that the results could have been different, correct?
because they're so close together is why we don't label them, because they generally touch.
Okay. And would you agree with me that someone who is removing sutures from an abdominal or a tummy tuck area, you would expect potentially, again, if they're not wearing gloves, to find their DNA on that person, correct?
Well, yeah, on them in general, yes.
Yeah, it's reasonable,
Yes.
correct? And it's also reasonable if they had to touch the person's mons, which is this top part. Oh, thank you. Let's do this, because we have Mr. Coleman and Ms. Dempsey earlier were talking about this area here being the majora and this here being the minora, and that's not correct. Do you agree with me?
Correct.
So let's do this. I'm showing you a minimalized version of that exhibit that we're looking at here. What I want you to do is you highlight the labia majora for me, please. Okay, and then can you highlight, switch out, the labia minora for me, please? Perfect. Now again, this diagram is in a splayed position, correct?
Correct.
And in everybody's, the size and structure of everybody's labia and labia majora and minora may vary from person to person.
Correct.
You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Now, what about this? Do you, let's put this on here so we can just make sure we're talking about the same things here. So that shows us what we're talking about, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now that, the part that's in orange there, again, can protrude out, correct?
It can.
And if somebody is in the way.
I don't necessarily have an objection, I just would ask that he tender it.
Oh, okay, I just didn't want to draw on his exhibit, so,
No, tender his
Tender.
diagram.
okay, I'll call it Defendant's Exhibit 1, Judge, and I'll mark it right now.
Okay, and I don't know what else is on, I want to make sure that there's just that on the paper. It looks like there's something
Defendant's Exhibit 10.
on yours.
Oh. Yeah, we don't want that. Good call. Do you have scissors?
Miss Tanner has scissors.
Okay.
They don't trust me with scissors, apparently.
Nobody trusts me with scissors, so. So while we're doing this, I'm doing it for you too. When you take a patient history, you're writing down exactly what they tell you, is that correct?
Correct.
And you're not really doing question and answer, you're kind of doing it in a narrative format generally, is that right?
Correct.
In other words, whatever it is that they tell you is what you write down.
Correct, unless I have to verify.
Okay. And if you do that, you take that out of the quotation marks, correct?
Correct.
And if it's in quotation marks, we can assume that that is exactly what that person said.
Correct.
And in this case, you did that for Taylor Dempsey, is that correct?
I did.
Judge, I've now marked this as Defendant's Exhibit number 1, the highlighted version of this diagram.
No objection.
Defense one's admitted.
Thank you, Judge. And what she told you specifically was, I thought he was going to check my thigh incisions, and instead he pulled my underwear down and slid his fingers between my leg. Correct? Did I read that right?
I'm looking for it. Yes, he slid his fingers between my legs.
Okay. And then she says he touched my labia, correct? She doesn't differentiate between labia majora and labia minora, correct?
Correct.
It was a rub. He didn't penetrate me or anything. And then he stopped there.
Correct.
That's what she told you.
Correct.
And so we don't know if we're talking about when she's talking about this, this rub, this touch, whether it's the yellow part or the red part, do we? I mean, the orange part, do we?
No, we don't.
And again, I'm not fussing at you because you do this the same way every time, and I know your process. But I mean, you didn't follow up and say, well, when you talk about the labia, did you mean this or did you mean this, correct?
I did not.
You just wrote down what she said.
Correct.
And her inclination was to say he didn't penetrate me or anything, correct?
Correct.
Now, I want to show you another picture. This is State's Exhibit number 9. This is a diagram that you drew, is that correct?
Correct. Well, I didn't draw the diagram.
Well, you drew the sutures,
Yes, sir.
right? This is the diagram that allows you to draw the condition of a person or a child that comes in to see you, correct?
Correct.
And again, you and I have done this a number of times. Sometimes there'll be bruises or sometimes there'll be other injuries or something else on it, right?
Correct.
But here, what you noticed or noted was the sutures.
Correct.
And so those sutures go all the way across between the abdomen and the mons
Correct.
on the top part, correct?
Correct.
And then the bottom, you call it stitches, and they go all the way up to the labia majora on your diagram. Do you agree with that?
On the diagram, yes.
Okay. And that's how it appeared. I mean, you drew it how it appears, correct?
But we can't, because it's not a lot of space, you can't really tell how close on one it is from there.
And you didn't measure it or anything, did you?
No, we did not.
And you also didn't draw it on here.
No,
So we don't know whether we're talking about stitches here or here or here, correct?
correct. We take photographs, so.
We don't have those. Were those turned over to the state of Texas?
They usually aren't given unless they're requested specifically.
All right, so let's go on. Would, may I approach the witness, Judge?
Sure.
This, I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 1. Have you ever seen these photographs before?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you recognize Taylor Dempsey in those photographs?
I can see her face a little.
If she identified herself as the person in these photographs, you don't have any reason to dispute that.
Right.
If she told the jury this was April the 5th, you don't have any reason to dispute that. I want you to look closely at the bottom right-hand corner of State's Exhibit number 1. She's got her panties on and some bandaging. You see that?
Yes,
Can you see any of the sutures with her panties on?
not from these photos now.
If I wanted to take a photograph of the sutures, then you agree with me, I would probably have to either change her position or remove the panties, correct?
Yes,
And that's what she said happened, correct?
correct.
She says, he took a picture, let's see, he took a few pictures of my stomach, and then he said the camera battery died. Then he kneeled down in front of me. I think we left out the part where he goes, gets a new battery and comes back in the room. She told that to other people, but then he kneeled down in front of me and pulled my panties down again and slid his fingers, she says on, not in, not inside, not penetrate, right? She says on my labia again, correct?
Correct.
And she does not differentiate between her labia majora and her labia minora, correct?
Correct.
And you don't follow up with her to get that clarification, do you?
I don't know.
I'm sorry?
I did not.
Judge, I pass witness.
Thank you, Mr. Gertz. Mr. Coleman?